Hello, and welcome to another episode of Que-stead-Que. What you gonna do? I don't know, but something's gonna grow. It's the Que-stead show. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Que-stead-Que. I believe this is episode 12. I'm gonna stop keeping count pretty soon because I know I'm gonna lose track. I'm here because today was the day that the tree people came, and it didn't go quite as planned, but I figure it went well for the amount that I paid. And I was telling my sister earlier, because she was like, it don't look like he really cut anything down. It just looks like he cleared that corner. No, they cut a lot down. They cut a lot in the front. He cut the branches over my house, so I'm safe from that. And remember, safety was the key. And he cut the one big branch that was hanging on my house over there. And like I explained to her, when I got an estimate from my power company, they have a company that they use to cut trees out of the power line, and they will be here Monday to address the trees over on this side. Now, those trees were supposed to be cut, but the guy went up there and he considered it a danger and he came down. So, hey, that is the power company's responsibility, so I couldn't say anything about that. So those two trees did not get even touched, but they're going to be touched. The power company, I called them on today as instructed by the tree man, and they got me scheduled for Monday. They'll be coming to look and be coming to trim. The nice part about it is last year when they came to trim, they didn't take wood. So for the past 2 years, that's how I ended up with that big wood pile in the corner. And let me tell you about that before I give you the tour. They were clearing out the wood pile. Well, first of all, let me back up. The tree man who came, come to find out, in fact, this is what I suspect. I wasn't told, but I am almost certain. I would say I'm 99.99% certain that he's double dipping. He had told me initially that it was his tree company, but I found out that he is not the owner of the tree company. It's another guy who's probably on a yacht in the Caribbean somewhere, okay? Well, this guy is double dipping, I believe, because the whole crew was Hispanic. None of them spoke English except for one who did the translating, okay? They were very good at what they did. I mean, they worked, okay? Like they always do. Anyway, I think he's double dipping. I think that he's taking on jobs at a cheaper rate because I actually got a good rate. The rate that he gave me was, back to the story about my power company, the tree company that they have contracted. I asked him about cutting down that one limb that was a danger to my home, and the amount that he quoted to me was the exact same amount that the tree man quoted to me to do everything that he did today. So I know that I wasn't cheated, so to speak, and I don't think that my sister thinks that I was cheated. She just thinks that they should have taken maybe $200 off the job. Perhaps because technically, because of my neighbor's tree, and my neighbor is in the middle of selling his home, he said that he was not getting the trees cut now, you know, and so in order for them to do what they wanted to do with me, they were going to have to do some of his, which they did do, but they did very little. They were like, he's not getting a freebie, so we can go only so far. So if you look at this tree, they went up to that point and down. They trimmed it, got the branches off, and they took a lot of stuff out of here. I don't know if you all could see that. And they solved the problem. I no longer, with the exception, this branch here is actually hanging over his house. It looks like it's hanging over mine, but it's not. It's hanging over his. Now this right here, I think they could have gone 2 points higher, but perhaps it was a danger with him being up in the tree. And you have to consider, when they roped those branches down, they hit up against stuff, so they probably thought that those two would hit up against my house. It might have been too close to call, but I think it's safe. If it falls, it's not really going to, I don't think, crash my roof in, but now that other one would have. Okay, so This is the tree they were gonna cut this big giant branch off, but as you can see, it's right in the power lines. And the Hispanic guy said, nope. He said it in Spanish and the other one translated. And so he wasn't forced to do it because you can't force them, especially if they're double dipping. See what I'm saying? Okay, he didn't cut this tree, and that was one he was going to cut. But then when he looked at it, he saw that there wasn't really anything wrong with it, so he left it. And then over here, that tree there where you see that brush in the power line, my power company has to get that tree because it's on the other side. It's my neighbor's tree, but they're gonna have to cut it out of my power line. And then that one is all up in the power lines. Now, the nice thing is the company now takes the tree stuff away, so I won't have another wood pile. There's the former wood pile. Y'all, it was a hornet's nest up in there. And Mr. Double Dipper, the tree man, he got tore up. He was the only one who got stung, perhaps from doing his dirty deed. I mean, them hornets tore him up, and I felt bad. Don't get me wrong, you know, you don't want to see anyone hurt or stung. And I was back here when it happened. When them things flew out, y'all should have seen me. I saw them start running, and I started running. I didn't know what was going on until I saw them and saw him getting stung. So he took about 5 to the what they say when they say take one to the whatever. He took 5 of them. Okay, now this part right here, they were supposed to cut all those sucker trees out. What they did was they cut the sucker trees down, but they didn't take them all the way out, but they'll never grow back. So hey, that's fine with me. And then they took this tree right here, and then the monster tree, they cleaned out the rot in it, he said, and it is real sturdy. They cleaned out the rot, and he said it's no longer a danger. And they took most of the limbs. It may not look like it, but if you see the before pictures, or well, you've seen the tree, so just go back to one of my old videos and you'll see how big that tree was. They took a lot from that tree, as much as they could, and it balanced out. So now it's not leaning, nothing. He said that tree should be safe. He said, now it could come down if it's a bad storm. He's like, but that's with any tree. Then they decimated all my flowers, but they are bouncing back. Now the hornets, I see one over there flying, but for the most part, most of them are gone. He said he believes that he got the queen. You know, because the queen looks different from the rest of them, and he saw her, so he said he sprayed her down real good. So he believes that he got the queen. So I think those hornets will find a new spot. They really don't have room down there to keep a hive, but maybe they do, I don't know. So I'm praying that those things leave. If they don't, then I'll call a friend to come over there and just burn that last little bit. But that's mostly compost over there. Okay, so, and then over here, like I said, they cut that tree. And see, on this side, because the neighbor allowed him to come over there, so because he had to come over to this side, his side, in order to get that branch. They had to go on his property. And he gave permission, which was very nice of him because he didn't have to do that. So what they did was, while they were over there, they trimmed that, they took that, so I won't have to worry about those coming over the fence. He didn't get this back here, so it's long enough. I've reached my rake over there. I'm pulling that down myself, and I'm gonna cut that one myself since it's leaning this way. But since it wasn't over my fence legally, he really wasn't supposed to, you know, mess with it. So, but I'm gonna get it myself. My rake reached it, and I pulled it today just to see. These flowers were decimated, but they're coming back because I was getting ready to cut them down, and I did rake them out. So, and they started to kind of bounce back. I moved my berry bushes. Oh, wood chips. Couldn't get them. The truck was too big to fit in my driveway, and they couldn't leave them up front, so that was the end of that. So I couldn't get the wood chips. Okay, so I brought all my berry bushes over here, and I brought my little green bean crate up here. I put my permaculture there. So this is the whole little area. They did cut that tree down at the end, so that's gone. So now everybody can see through here. But since I can't get wood chips, the project is now complete. I'm doing my cleanup right now. And once that's done, I'll get ready for my party 2 Saturdays from now. And, you know, I'm gonna clean up. I'm gonna get my furniture cleaned. Tomorrow, I gotta get my pillows cleaned. my picnic table. My sister got me a patio table, so I guess the picnic table will be moved out further and the patio table will go here on the patio. Keyhole garden survived. So what I'm gonna do, I guess now, since I won't be getting the wood chips, I'm going to mulch. So, and it's gonna take I'm probably gonna need 50 to 100 bags to get that mulched. But I'm going to wait until next season to do that, because number one, I want to see how many leaves. Ooh, ooh. Oh, I thought that was a bee. It was a fly. I want to see how many leaves I'm going to have total this year. I know it's going to be a considerably amount less than what I've been getting. And so I want to see how much less. You know, I want to see if it's still going to be a big amount or a smaller amount. I truly believe, unless the wind is blowing hard or something like that, it's going to be a lesser amount. Now, over this way, I'll probably get a lot of leaves, but that's never been a problem. I just rake out the beds and that's it. So that should be okay. But over on this side, this is where I had the problem on the side of the house there. And now that's been pretty much, I think, eliminated. So anyway, we'll see what happens, and then I'll decide accordingly. But I am leaving that black tarp stuff down. It's non-slick, and it was very easy for me to use the leaf blower on it today. So I'm gonna keep it there, so if I do get leaves, it'll be real easy to blow, whereas it wasn't easy to blow before when it was just bare ground and flowers in there. So all this tarp I have down where I was gonna put the wood chips, mulch will go there next year. Now, I will be doing the mulch around this area because I don't get leaves, you know, in that area. What I'm worried about is the side and back over in that corner. We'll see what happens there. But now the keyhole garden, that's going to get mulched. In fact, I have 2 bags now for that. And then I'm a mulch over here, but it'll be after this summer. I'm through. So I'm just going to clean it up, make it look nice. We have the party, and that'll be the end of that. I'm too through because I've been working and working and working. So now I'm starting to get a little bit tired, and I don't want to mess around and get sick. But I think it looks a lot better than what it looked. It still has like a park-like setting back here. It's quiet. I still have the birds and animals and, you know, and stuff like that. Squirrels coming through. So I think that is satisfactory. And I am pleased with the job because I know that it's going to help me. They cut my front tree too. They trimmed that, which was the city tree. They trimmed that really well. So now my living room gets more natural light. And then because of them cutting the limbs down here, now I get more sun back here. And I noticed that my bedroom was considerably lighter. And that's going to help me in the winter time because I have that sleep disorder, you know, in the winter time, what they call it, seasonal affective, and I use the light and all that stuff. So hopefully it will help me with that this winter, because last year I suffered terribly for the first time in years because I had a sunny bedroom probably for the past 20 years. Then I came into this dark thing and boy, it kicked my butt. I didn't think it would, but it did. And I ended up getting that sunlight, and that did help some, but that was like towards the end of the season, so I had already suffered. But this year I'll start using it in August. Soon as we start losing minutes in the day, I'll start using it for however many minutes in the day we're losing, and then just keep it going throughout the winter. I'm gonna do that anyway. I don't care if there is more light because I don't want to go through what I went through last year. It was just horrible. I would sleep all day and then I'd be up all night. It was just crazy. And then sometimes I'd be up for 2 days straight, and then some days I sleep for 2 days straight. Thank God I don't work, my goodness. But you know, you kind of miss out because you want to go grocery shopping, the stuff you want to do, and then by the time you wake up, everything's closed. Okay, we're almost at 15 minutes, so I'm gonna stop here, but I just wanted to fill you in. So today was the day that the tree people came, and if out of 1 to 10, if I had to rate them, I would give them at least, I would say at least between an 8.5 and a 9, because the objective was met, which was to get me safe because of this monster tree, to bring me more sunlight, and to eliminate some of the leaves. The objective was met, and so I can't ask for more. I mean, I hate the fact that he said they were going to cut down all the trees. I'm thinking that every tree was getting ready to go, and I was happy. But, you know, other than that, and that's why he doesn't get a 10. Otherwise, he would. Okay, so we're at 15 minutes and 8 seconds, so I'm going to end it here. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. Please like, share, and subscribe if you like. And I will see you on the next one. And may God bless you all. Bye-bye.